Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the British Esports first stream.
And welcome to
This is what we're going to do from now on. I'm going to try and do a bit more streaming on a regular basis, and basically bring you some content to enlighten our lockdown. I'm just hearing myself in an echo, so I'm just going to sort that out one moment. Okay, I think I've sorted that now. Yeah, there we go. So basically, I'm just going to explain quickly our plan going forward for the rest of this lockdown, and basically from now on, it's going to be a number of different streams coming from us. I'm going to be your host. My name's Elliot, and I'm the Schools and Colleges Liaison Officer for the British Esports Association. I've been working here since about May last year. So I'm coming up to a year now, and I'm really enjoying it, loving all my time here and all the things that I get involved in. So this is what we're going to do now. We're going to try and do 3 streams a week, Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and I'll come to a little bit more about what the content is going to be around those in a moment. But for now, I just want to talk about this lockdown situation and how we kind of need to stick together. So obviously, with the state of the government as it is, we're obviously in some really pressing times and some quite potentially, unhappy times. So I think for the moment, it's really important that, we all try and stick together as a community, make sure that we are, engaging with each other, doing some fun activities, and basically stay social whilst at the same time being socially distant. I'm not sure how long it's going to go on for, nobody does, but obviously we've got to tackle it together, and so this is one of the main ways that we're going to do this. Obviously, the other thing is we want to really focus on bringing you some great educational content, some great fun content, and just bringing our aims for the British Esports Association to you guys as a community. So a couple of things that I just want to talk about really quickly is staying healthy. So this is both in like your physical health and your mental health. So it's really important that we get some exercise each day. We go out for a short walk or whatever it is that you choose to do, and of course that we stay mentally active. And what I mean by this is we're not just sitting on our sofas all day every day watching television or watching Twitch streams, for instance. But we are kind of getting engaged, doing activities with each other, and of course, Twitch is one of the best ways we can do that. I'm going to play a little quiz with you later on, just to sample it out. But on Fridays particularly, which is going to be sort of a more fun and community-based session, I want to be doing more games, more sort of competitions and little quizzes with you guys. We are planning on doing a few giveaways as well. So of course, if you stick around, I'll be announcing those as soon as I have more information. But there will probably be gaming related because that's the industry we're in. And fingers crossed, they're great. So I've got a few things to share with you. First of all, I just want to introduce a few other members of our team because I think it's really important that you understand a few of our members and what we do behind the scenes. Obviously, you know a little bit about me. My job is the Schools and Colleges Liaison Officer. And what that entails is I'm the main point of contact along with Alice, who's my colleague, for schools and colleges across the UK. And what we do is we interact with the teachers and the students there, and we integrate them into our British Esports Championships. If you don't know, the British Esports Championships is a competition for schools and colleges where you compete with and against each other in 3 games. We've got Rocket League, Overwatch, and League of Legends currently. And these matches take place after school on Wednesdays. So if you'd like to get involved with that as well, if you are a teacher or a student, just make contact and we'll be in touch. So a couple of other members of the team I want to introduce. First of all, is Andy Payne. He's our chair. So I've got a brief short video from him. I'll just play that for you now.
Hi, I'm Andy Payne. I'm the chair of the British Esports Association. Welcome to our streaming sessions. This is new for us. The whole world is in very testing, unprecedented, and quite dangerous times. And we're fortunate in many ways that in the world of video games and esports, that we're able to come together virtually by staying safe and staying in our houses. I've been in video games all my life since the early 80s. I've made games and I've produced games, and I'm really excited that we're bringing some content to our community on behalf of the British Esports Association. So thank you, stay safe and enjoy your games.
Thank you very much, Andy, for filming that short video for us. I've got two more. I know that they're only short, but it's just, I think it's quite important that we all understand, that some of the key players of the organisation and what we get up to behind the scenes, a little bit about our backgrounds and things. So the next one I've got is coming from Dom. He's our content director, a really great guy, and has got lots of, fun things to tell you. He likes to play games as well. He's also been in a couple of other interesting things going on in his past as well, but I'll let him tell you about that. So I'll just play that for you now.
Hello everyone, my name's Dominic Sacco. I'm the content director at the British Esports Association. So if you're familiar with our website or our social media, our press releases, our newsletter, a lot of those things are produced by myself and our marketing manager Morgan. I'm really excited that we're finally doing some regular streaming content. It's been a while to see us set up over the past few years, but now we've got a nice team, a bigger team on board. I feel confident we'll be able to give you some great regular content. In terms of myself, what I'll be doing, my background is journalism. Some of you guys may know me from Esports News UK, which are a news site that I run in my spare time. So I'm going to be looking to do interviews with people in esports, looking at how they got their careers in esports, any advice they can give for people looking for careers in esports and so on. And I'm really looking forward to playing some League of Legends and things like that with you all as well, and showing myself up. If you have any suggestions for interviews for us to do, I'm more than happy to hear those and take them on board. Please list your suggestions in the chat and I'll review this VOD, and I'll be watching it live anyway. So yeah, thanks very much, and I look forward to producing the streams and hope you enjoy them.
Thank you very much, Tom. Yeah, I'm keen as well on playing some games with you guys. It doesn't matter which game, even if I've never played it before, I'll be well happy to just get involved. Yeah, Dom's a great guy. He does a lot of work for us. Obviously, he's got his Esports News UK going on as well in the background as a little side project. But yeah, really happy to have him on board. And like he said, we have got a bigger team now. We are able to do more things. So, hopefully we're looking forward to, getting more of these streams out, being more interactive with you guys as a community, and just generally increasing our presence. The final one I've got from you for you today is from Tom. He's Tom Dorr. He's our education head, and I'll play that for you now.
Hello everyone, my name's Tom Dorr and I'm the Head of Education for the British Esports Association. I've been working for British Esports since 2017, when I was responsible for the initial pilots that we did in schools, colleges and pupil referral units that ultimately led on to the launch of the National British Esports Championships for schools and colleges in September 2018. My role at British Esports really is to work with different partner organisations and stakeholders to spread the gospel of esports, to explain what esports actually is and the benefits involved in playing it. I work with individual teachers, lecturers, youth workers, through senior teams in schools and colleges, local authorities, stakeholder organisations, right the way through to government departments, to explain what esports actually is and why it's something that we should be investing more time and money in, essentially. How it develops a whole range of holistic character skills in young people: teamwork, leadership, communication, problem solving, decision making, strategic thinking, plus then the inherent links to STEM subjects, to computer science, to digital skills, to cyber skills as well. I'm also still a teacher. I've been teaching for the last 15 years in a range of state and independent schools. I've been a director of maths and science, I've been a head of intervention, I've been an assistant principal in charge of assessment and progress. And this is really why I got into esports, because I could see just how many young people absolutely love it, and therefore if we can use it as a hook to motivate and to engage young people. I'm really excited about the streams that we're setting up through Twitch, It's something we've wanted to do for a long time, but now we're in a position to be able to do this and to be able to put decent, regular, high quality content out to the community. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Tom, and thank you everybody in the chat there who's getting involved as well. I really appreciate that. I'm not too sure about Animal Crossing at the moment, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So I just also want to apologise to everybody on behalf of me for using a really rubbish webcam and my rubbish headset. But with the state of Amazon as it is today, it's getting more and more difficult to get anything that isn't essential. But I understand, food and medical supplies, really important stuff. So delivery should be focused on that. Hopefully this time next week, I should have some somewhat better equipment with a new camera and hopefully a new headset as well. But I mean, it does show as well, how increasingly accustomed we've got to this kind of next day delivery society, and the world's changing quite drastically right now, and we have to really think about birthdays. For instance, it was my nephew's birthday, it is my nephew's birthday in a few days, and I've really struggled to get him anything on time. So it's these kinds of things that are going to drastically affect our society in the next few days, the next few months rather. We really need to be conscious of helping each other as best we can and trying to plan as early in advance as we can. Thank you very much for all the follows, everyone, and the raid as well. I appreciate that. That's awesome. And for those of you who've donated some bits, and that's great as well. Right, so just to go back to this stream. Our session today is more or less just a launch stream. So, I mean, on Fridays, we're going to have community sessions like this, but they're going to be a bit more fun, have a few more games involved and activities. But today, there's just a few things we want to tick off to make sure that we're up and running. So I firstly just want to mention Nassif. They are the North American Scholastic Esports Federation. And they are a really great team. They're doing very similar work to what we're doing here in the UK, in terms of working with different schools and working with hosting tournaments and things like that, doing inter-school competitions. So it's really good for them as well, because we're both starting this Twitch journey kind of together. Our journeys are beginning now, and we're both kind of new at this. This is my very first stream, so once again, I'm really sorry if that's awful. But yeah, I've got some promising partnerships with Nassif, and we're hoping for that to continue. So in terms of our plan with them for the next few months, we're going to be hosting each other as best we can, and just generally working with each other to produce great content for you guys. They've got streams running every day. They've got a much more packed schedule than I have, filled with people who are giving masterclass sessions and who are also doing educational sessions, guest takeovers, and things like that. But I'll let them tell you a little bit more about that. I have with me Gerald and Samantha from Nassif right now. Let's bring them in. Hi guys, how you doing?
Doing good. How about yourself?
I'm very good. I can hear you fine. I can't see you very well. Well, I can see you, Sam. I can't see Gerald.
Well, I have to figure out how to start my video here. There we go. Can you see me?
Yeah, can see you great. Thank you.
Good to see you.
How's the volume, everyone? I think
A bit of feedback, but hopefully you're not hearing it from me.
I think the volume's okay. I can hear you just about, but yeah. So could you just tell me a little bit about Nassif and what you kind of involved in, what your projects are looking like over the next few months, and how you're intending to work with BEA?
Sure. Could you see and hear me okay, Elliot?
Yeah, I can see and hear you just fine.
Great, great. So it's terrific to have the opportunity to be here and talk with you and to help you with the launch. As you know, we've spent quite a number of weeks together working on a variety of programs and projects. We came out to the UK, met with all of you and your team, and it's just terrific to find another partner that's out in the world that really just loves the same type of things we do, working with kids, working with educators, giving them an opportunity to connect their love and passion for esports and gaming with an opportunity for purpose. You know, we call it sometimes the scholastic playground. It's the chance to go ahead and connect play in education. And that's what you do, that's what we do. We both have curriculums, we're sharing that work, and it's really just terrific.
Sorry to interrupt you there, Gerald. There's some people in the chat just saying you're not quite loud enough. Is there any chance you could see if you can turn up? You're coming in and out a little bit.
Sure, is this any better?
Yeah, I think that's a bit better. You might end up having to hold your mic there, but hopefully that works. Yeah, please continue.
Sure. So it's really the idea of connecting play and education together. We call it the scholastic playground, and the opportunity to just have fun, enjoy, and give kids an opportunity to see what a future could look like both in esports and in other types of activities where they can engage not only in the gaming, but as you know, the process, the fandom art, the logo design work, the event planning work, the data analytics work, just a way to have fun and learn at the same time, and to have the opportunity to work with you and Chester and Tom and the whole group of British Esports with Nassif has just really been a terrific thing, and we really look forward to the partnership and the relationship going forward.
Yeah, and if I can add on to Gerald, you know, we're really looking on focusing on our community development, and we're really excited for this opportunity to turn it beyond local, beyond national, but now turn it into a global experience for more students. So we're really excited to be able to collaborate with you all on our streams and our content that we're hosting. Nassif is going to be auto-hosting the British Esports Association so that when we're not online, we're able to promote your content as well for our students who may be up at the late hours. And we really want this to be a place where our students can kind of feel their emotions, kind of cope with everything that's going on. And so, and with that, also supporting the educators in the space in that same way, and bringing everyone together with a common purpose.
Yeah, that's really great. Obviously, we'll be hosting you as well in return, and we're looking forward to doing that as well. Yes, I think one of the main purposes of this is basically to keep our education community in the scene. Obviously, because a lot of the schools have shut down, and this is not just in the UK, but across the world. So having the education scene shut down has been really quite a difficult process for a lot of people. I know the students are probably quite happy about it. Yeah, school, but obviously, the students aren't necessarily, meeting with each other. They're not gaining that social experience that you would expect from, natural growth. So, if you're out of school for a prolonged period of time, which we're expecting this to be quite a significant amount of time, and I'm not just talking about, summer holidays, but if this ends up being the kind of scenario where schools are now down from now until September, that's a really long time to miss out on a lot of social interaction you would normally have had, on the playground or even just in the classroom. And it's really good, I think, for those students who are able to, if they can communicate online as best they can with their friends, that at least might reduce the kind of impact that would have on the students' mental health, their social growing, and of course their social circles as well. So, you guys have got a great idea. It's fantastic, and we're really happy to be a part of it. And we've got lots of things planned for students, particularly. We've also got a few sessions with parents and teachers in mind as well. But again, I'll come back to that in a little bit more.
Hey, Elliot.
Hey.
I can ask, can you hear me any better now? I saw some of the string and they couldn't hear me. Is this any better?
Yes, that's way better as far as I'm aware. You were cutting in and out a little bit.
Yeah, so can I just kind of repeat that?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, please do.
Sure. So I just wanted to be able to say that, we really appreciate it at the North America Scholastic Esports League, our ability to work with you and create what we're calling the Scholastic Playground, a way where kids can connect up their play and passion with some real purpose. so they can have fun, they can have a great time. It gets moderated, as you know, at your end and our end. And we give these kids an opportunity to see some real value in what they can use esports for besides just playing, and look at career opportunities, look at learnings around computer science, look at learnings around data analytics, fandom art. A bunch of kids love to do creative social media and fandom artwork. What a way to celebrate that skill and that passion through esports. And that's the kind of work that you're doing, that we're doing. Our work is obviously out there to help kids really do the things that need to be done. So it's just a pleasure to be a partner with you and Chester and Tom. So thanks for letting me repeat that. I'm hoping that as I change microphones, it comes out a little bit better. So thanks for that opportunity, and really our best wishes to you and everyone for making this happen and being a partner with us.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, that did come out a little bit better, so hopefully people caught most of that. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you very much for helping introduce this stream. What time is it over there at the moment? Where you guys are?
It is almost 8:30
where I am. Yeah.
8:30 in the morning. Wow. Okay. Yeah, early risers for me. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So
of course, and congratulations again. We're all very excited for this, and we're hoping to have a little bit of a match between you all sometime in the future. So
bring it on. Yeah, we love the challenge. All right. Well, thank you very much, and have a great day. And I'll just take you off now if you don't mind.
Thanks, Elliot.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you. You take care.
Bye bye. All right. So that was Gerald and Sam from Nassif. Really good guys. Obviously, sorry about the audio quality there. Some technical issues, obviously, from Gerald's end, but thank you, Danny, for the sub. Really appreciate it. I hope you like the nice loud lion noise that I got there for you. But yeah, no, they're really good guys. Really happy to be working with them. They're going to be doing a lot of the same sort of stuff as we do. And like they said, yeah, hopefully some competitions between, UK students, American students, get some international games going on. That'd be really fantastic. So just really now I want to talk about the sessions that we've got planned over the next few weeks. I've already mentioned that we're going to do a few things on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, but I just want to tell you what those are going to be about. So let's start with Mondays. So they're going to be, if you type in !schedule, you should get a list of the next week's activities. But essentially Monday sessions are going to be for advice and guidance. This is going to be dealing with a whole range of different topics, but obviously everybody's welcome, but it's going to largely be focused towards kind of teachers, parents, carers, social workers, and anybody who's in charge of children per se, and are interested in learning about sort of current issues that things are going on. So like moderating their child's gameplay time, or what games are of appropriate age, or things like which games are going to give educational benefits, etc. But not just talking about games. There's going to be a whole bunch of different advice going on in that session. So hopefully it'll be really good for you guys just to tune in. It's only going to be for an hour to an hour and a half. It's going to start in the mornings, 10 a.m. And we'll do that every Monday from now on. The Wednesday sessions are probably the most interesting sessions. We're going to have a whole bunch of different people on. This is going to be from hosting special sessions to like guest takeovers, to panel shows, to master classes. Hopefully we've got some really great people on board already, and some more incoming who are going to do guest takeover shows. So they'll be using this stream, but they'll be playing games with them on their own PCs, and you'll all obviously be able to go and join them. There'll be people who are giving masterclass lessons on potentially how to play a particular champion, or how to get better at the game that you're practicing on. Or we've got a lot of different game advisors who are all really keen to get involved. If you want to check that out, you can head to our website. That's that way. Head to our website. I'm sure a link will be posted there any moment, and you can click on our game advisors section in the about menu, and that will show you all of the games that we've got specialist people who are helping us for those games. As well as all these things that I've mentioned, we've got a campaign running at the moment, which is the Women in Esports campaign. This has been run quite successfully so far for this year and the last half of last year. by Alice and Morgan, who are my colleagues. And they are really kind of spearheading this initiative to get more women involved in esports. But it's not just necessarily about drawing people in to play esports, it's about showing awareness of the women who are already in esports. The girls who have made it, the girls who are in the industry, the girls who are behind the scenes, and they're really kind of promoting this diversity within this campaign. So every now and then, I think I'm going to try and aim for every 2 to 3 Wednesdays will be a session just held for the Women in Esports campaign, and they'll be taking it over and using that as a session for them to highlight some of the best stuff that women in esports are up to. We've got a few other things going on Wednesdays as well. For instance, Dom, being from a journalist background, he's really keen on doing his interviews with various people, and he's got a couple lined up. So next week there is going to be one on Wednesdays with Sheridan's, which is the law firm, and it's going to be kind of advice for you guys on running your business during this kind of difficult time of lockdown. So if you are a small business owner, or you're interested in learning a little bit about that, or the sort of law side of things, then definitely tune in on Wednesday because you'll be able to hear more about that with Dom and his interview. There'll be a few more things going on Wednesdays as well, but it's still a work in progress at the moment. None of us really know what we're going to achieve out of this at the moment, so it's a trial, and we'll just go with what feels natural. Fridays, now this is obviously today's session, but today's session is the launch, so it's a kind of unique one. But ideally, Fridays is going to be a community engaged session. We're going to have loads of fun things going on from activities, and it'll be the whole 2 hours, or most of the 2 hours. Whereas this session, you're probably only going to have the last sort of 30 minutes to play a game and do a quiz or something. But yeah, ideally, it's going to be for community engagement, interactive activity, and just general fun sessions. So I think for the next 4 weeks, particularly given the lockdown situation, these are going to be the ones we're focusing on right now. On Monday, the educational session is going to be held with myself and Tom Dorr, who did the introduction video earlier. He's the head of education for British Esports. And we're just going to be discussing hot topics kind of surrounding the lockdown. We're also going to be going through our parents guide, which earlier last year we wrote a parents guide for teachers and parents, which kind of just details things you need to know if you're unsure of, or anything about esports that a parent would need to know. So we're going to be going through that guide and just talking through some of the issues, as well as kind of relating them to today's situation of the lockdown. I've got a few more things planned as well, but I won't give them all away at once, because that'd be unfair. But right now, I just want to say thank you again for everybody in the chat. I can see lots of you are getting involved, and especially those of you who have subbed or who are donating stuff. That's really great. But one thing I do want to say is, big thank you. So I've got a few videos here that our volunteers have made for us. Our championships concluded last week and the week before. We have 3 games running. There's the Rocket League, Overwatch, and League of Legends. Now, as I said, they concluded. So our volunteer has put together some video highlights for us. And I really think that they're a great showcase for him, and I want to just kind of put these out there for everybody to see. Not to mention, I'd like to just kind of discuss the journeys of the schools and the students who have partaken in the championships and the finals. Getting to this point is quite difficult. You've got to play for 9 weeks basically and not lose a single game, or come out on top basically. So tough work, and I want to showcase it. So without further ado, I want to put on the League of Legends Seasons Finals highlights, and then I will sort of analyze it afterwards. I'll just tell you a little bit about the schools and the journeys that they had. I'll put that on now. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's such a good video. You're so right, everybody in the chat. I don't realize how amazing some of the ELO players are. You know, they're just so good. It's mind blowing, actually, just to think that, you know, these guys are just kids or students from schools across the country, you know, and that's UK talent. It's like fresh, it's young, and who knows where they're going to go from now on. But yeah, it's really well made, fantastic video, and as I can see here, Spyran in the chat is the editor as well. So great to have you here. Thank you very much. And yeah, sorry to be stealing your content from my video, but yeah, here we go. That's Alsega obviously versus Hills Road. Really close final. I think they were a bit unlucky, to be honest, but Hills Road were quite dominating. Hills Road, they were obviously in brand new to this year, so that, you know, they weren't in it last year. So their first season was last season, and they were actually the runner-up of the winter split. They ended up losing to Team BTC, which is Bridgewater and Taunton College. Now it's interesting because they lost to Bridgewater and Taunton College in the winter split, but that now means that they've got to face them in the online grand finals anyway. So it's going to essentially be a bit of a rematch going on. But, you know, going undefeated throughout the whole tournament, you know, Hills Road, kudos to them. Well done. It was a really close best of three. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see the rematch that goes on between them and BTC. So yeah, well done, Alsega, and well done to Hills Road as well. So yeah, I've got another one here, which is the Overwatch finals. So if you don't mind, I want to play that one next. For all you Overwatch fans out there. Yeah, let's just put it on now.
And I've been chilling, watching the ocean with
Galloway is caught out. He's still going to get frozen up again? No, he doesn't. There's another 2 dead eye kills for Greg. Cardinal's trying to stall it out the back, but don't waste his team in there. Stun the It's not 2 to Sears. Rare kind of play the game. Before it goes down, that is going to be keeping him alive for a few more seconds, but run us down. I'd say he needs to build up his dragon to be one of something a little bit more impactful, but Scribble does just chuck it out. Beats from both sides. And nice dragons from Gren, straight down the middle.
Nice one there, thank you. And yeah, really good video there as well, made as well. Really impressed with the level of gameplay in that as well. I think there's some incredibly highly ranked players on both of those teams. But I mean, that was a really seriously good game. Obviously, Sunderland, big fans of ours. You know, they've been with us in the champ since the beginning. In fact, we've got Gary on board now, who, you know, used to work for Sunderland College and is now our projects manager. So, you know, he's really invested with that team particularly as well. I think this is the last team or the last year that team can compete. So I've got some notes here from Alice, because I don't follow Overwatch at all really. It's not my jam. But Alice has kindly written up some notes for me. But yeah, Sunderland College, they've been the championships last year. They won, so undefeated all through this season, all through last season. Sorry, and they're top of the group in this season and remained undefeated for the season title. A really really good game. Confident win, I think, from them, and hopefully that they pull it off again in the grand finals. It's a weird one again because Farnborough are going to end up competing against them in the grand finals, even though because they were the runner-up, they still go up against them, because obviously Sears can't play themselves. They've managed to do the kind of unimaginable and win both the winter and spring splits. So of course they face the season runner-up, which is Farnborough. So our grand finals is going to essentially be a rematch of this game, as Sears won the winter season as well. So because they choose to take, we're not going to stop people from taking part in the season just because they won the first half or won the second half. You want to compete again, that's fine, but obviously, you can't face yourselves in the finals. So some really good rivalry between these teams. They've both been in the champs for a really long time. Ever since we started doing it, they've been involved. Really, really good camaraderies between the teams, and some great rivalries forming there as well. But yeah, that was a really dominating performance by Sears. Really, really impressed with their gameplay there. So and once again, as it said at the end of the video, thanks to AGSB for streaming that one for us. And again, thank you to those who casted it, and our video editors as well. So I think our next one is Rocket League, which is my jam. This is my favourite game, so I can't wait to get into the footage of this one. All right, here we go.
To deny anything. Tommy's challenging the ball now. He sits it out. Vinny is going to have an opportunity at the touch, but no. Oh, Tommy. Oh, wow. Tommy D. What a legend. So the ball goes high into the middle. Tommy D's own centre jumps up, spins around in the air, hits it with the bonnet of his car, and the ball goes over all the defenders. Well played. Sushi and Dawson both going for the ball at the same time, and that's dangerous now. Ball was just off target, but would have centered nicely, and that's a nice. Well, the shot was central. Bendog sets it up for Vinny. Bendog plays it out to Dewitt, manages to get a touch on it, but so does Awesome, I believe. Back to I mean, it might not make much difference in the grand context, but Tommy D, that's a beautiful backflip to put the ball back on target. Forces Dewitt off the ball, and then does the diagonal backflip to put the ball on target. Wanders it. That ball is still central though. Central and dangerous. Dewitt though manages to clear. That bump though has pulled that into question. Sushi to the back right corner. Gets another opportunity. And that shot's on. Don't panic. Lead the series 3-2. Match point. Don't panic. Slightly, but with the ball going loose, there was an opportunity there. There's still an opportunity there for Sears. Again, another touch. Tries to put it round. Dewitt with the pre-flip gets a touch. Bendog puts it onto the wall. Sushi misses a touch, and the Sears are going to have a bit of free ball. Tommy has to save this, and he doesn't. Unless that was a bump, in which case that's even worse for Don't Panic. They have to absolutely play their hearts out now. 2.5 minutes left.
Thank you very much there again for making that video. It's really, really good. I've been enjoying that Rocket League series. It was such a tense game. I had like the edge of my seat. My chair was like rolling backwards. It had 3, I think, out of all the games ending up going into an overtime of 2 or more minutes. It was really, really tense. And I think Don't Panic was so unlucky in the last game. Just there were a couple of team mistakes that just cost them everything, and it was just really unfortunate to see it happen. But yeah, I think really tight game. I think if them two played each other again, it would be a really, really excellent match to get involved in watching. But yeah, they're really strong, both teams. So just to be sure, to clarify, the Don't Panic team is actually Northgate High, for those who didn't know. But yeah, so basically what's going to happen now is Sunderland, who are the team who went through just there, have now obviously got teams in Overwatch and in Rocket League in the finals, which is, you know, amazing job. Well done, Sunderland. And then, of course, Don't Panic will probably be looking to challenge them again next year and take the title back, or have another go. But Glasgow Clyde are their contenders in the finals. They won the season in the winter split, but they didn't take part this season of the spring. So this was essentially a free game for anybody who wanted to challenge them. It would make quite an interesting competition, because I'm not sure whether, you know, Glasgow Clyde have been training or not. Who knows? So it depends entirely on whether they've been, you know, playing as a team, practicing regularly, since they haven't had any of the championships action throughout the last few months. It'll be interesting to see when they go up against Sears, you know, how what kind of form that they're in. So I have a few more things that I want to talk about today, just quickly, before I go on to the game, and that is I've got a few of our guest advisors who are coming on today. I'm going to have Terry May, who casted the Overwatch finals, and also I've got Layla, who is our Splatoon 2 game advisor, and Adam Fitch, who is our PUBG game advisor as well. So in a minute, they're going to join me as well, probably in about 10-15 minutes. And then we'll have a chat with them about what, you know, kind of what they're up to, how they're dealing with the lockdown, what they're looking forward to getting involved with our streams in the future, and anything else that we want to chat about. And then we'll play a short game with you guys. I'm just going to take a short break for 5 minutes, and we'll be right back soon. Thank you.
Hey, Elliot. Terry. You're right. I've never used Zoom before. I think it's right.
Hello.
Hey,
Yeah, sorry about that. I don't have a clue what's going on. It might just be because I'm inexperienced with Zoom.
Don't worry. We all are.
How dare you?
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hey there.
Hi.
Yep.
Hi there, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for being patient there whilst I just got everybody into the call. So yeah, like I said earlier, we've got a few of our game advisors on today to just chat to us a little bit about what they're up to, how they're dealing with this social climate that we're in, and things that they get involved with the British Esports Association on a regular basis, and where they want to see us going in the future. So yeah, so today I've got with me three of our game advisors from various different games, but I'll let them introduce themselves in a moment. So yeah, let's bring them in. Hi everybody, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Can I just check I can hear everyone?
Hello, hello.
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 Wonderful, and how's that in the audio? Can everybody hear them okay? We haven't got another Gerald.
I hope not.
Excellent. Okay, cool. Right, well, let's crack on then. So first of all, I just want to say thank you very much for joining me. Welcome to the stream, and appreciate all the work that you guys have been doing for us so far, and are planning on doing in the future. So yeah, welcome. For those of you who haven't met me, my name's Elliot. I've met you before, Terry. I think I haven't met you other guys, Adam and Layla there. But yeah, hopefully we'll get to know a bit more about each other by the end of this stream. So yeah, if in fact, let's do that. So Adam, would you mind just telling me like who you are, what you're up to, and kind of what involvement you have with us?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Adam Fitch. I'm the editor of Esports Insider, which is, I'm going to say it, the leading business esports publication out there. Yeah, I'm the PUBG game advisor for the British Esports Association. There's not really too much going on there in the UK front, unfortunately, but we keep pushing for it. And yeah, that's basically it. I do little bits and bobs. Otherwise, I host some podcasts and stuff myself, but yeah, typically a writer and an editor.
That's brilliant. Thank you. And so you say the PUBG scene's a bit dead, is it?
Yes.
Is that just UK or in general?
In general, PUBG Corp has made some not so great decisions in the past couple of years, and there's not really a whole lot of support for the UK. Never mind anywhere else.
Yeah.
So it's a tricky one.
Okay, and then do you think that's like a trend that's going to continue, or is that do you think they're going to turn it around with some brand new game mode or something?
Oh no. PUBG's naffed basically from everything I've heard and put out there. More and more organizations are like withdrawing their investment from the game and such, and I think that trend's going to continue if anything.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, well, thanks anyway. And Layla, could you just tell us a little bit about what you're up to and your involvement with us?
Certainly. Well, I've only just recently joined British Esports Association. I took part in the Women in Esports campaign that happened. There was a good few videos on that, so thank you very much for including me with that. In terms of what I've been up to, been doing some casting gigs here and there, mostly online, as you'd probably expect with everything that's going on. The Splatoon 2 UK Championships is on hold for the moment because that was supposed to happen at Insomnia, like a number of other finals. So that got stopped. We're waiting on more information as to when that's happening. But we've got like another qualifier and then the finals to arrange now. I was allowed to host the last, what was going to be the last online qualifier, so I did that. And I've been doing some ARM stuff on the side as well. But yeah, I've been welcomed in by you all, and I'm happy to be here as a Splatoon 2 game advisor.
Yeah, well, it seems like you've got your fingers in a load of different pies. Really expanding everything. Yeah, thank you very much. And so Terry, obviously I've met you before, so I know. But if you wouldn't mind just sharing a little bit about yourself for everybody else on the stream.
Yep, so my name's Terry. I am an Overwatch game advisor. I did the casting weekend before last, for the finals. And hopefully we'll be a little bit more dynamic in some of our conversation in the next one. And apart from that, I worked in education for 10 years. So if you're a student or a parent, maybe I can hopefully get involved in the future with a little bit of advice for that. And then for work, I am a digital marketer for a CGI company. So we use some similar tools that game producers use, like we use Unreal and we use Cinema, which isn't used so much for some of the more organic stuff in CGI, but there's some similar stuff in there as well.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, how did you find casting the championships? Was that your first time casting?
Yeah, it was my first time casting. It was probably noticeable, but it was really fun.
It's tough, isn't it?
It is tough. I do feel bad for guys who was hosting. The other guy who was meant to be the main host, who knew lots about the game, his internet crashed just as the game started. So the other guy who I was talking to didn't know too much about the game. So we made it as the best as we could, but there was definitely some quiet points in the game.
Oh, it's really unfortunate. Yeah, it's it's tough. It's tough casting. I bet Layla, you've probably had some tough experiences, especially with casting. What about how long have you been doing it for?
For casting, I've been doing it for 2 years.
Wow. Do you remember the first one you ever did?
Yep, it was a part of the Nintendo Plays UK Squid League competition. It was their first time running it. I was taking part in that league as it happened, and somebody messaged like, "We don't have a caster for this match. Would you like to give it a try?" And I'm like, "Yes, please. I've been wanting to do this for a while." And I kind of rolled on from there, and it's amusing how sometimes it works like that. Like you do one, and then you get asked to do it again, and then somebody tells another group and has nothing to do with what you're doing. It's like, hey, this girl might be able to help you out, and it's like, okay, cool. And then it feels like my first year was weird in the fact that it got to a point where somebody got in touch with the community manager at Nintendo UK, and they were like, "We wouldn't mind getting you to Insomnia for one of our qualifiers if you don't mind." I'm like, "Are you sure? I've only been doing this for 3 months." So it was a surreal moment, and you never forget your first time commentating, especially when everything happened so quickly afterwards.
Yeah, I can imagine that's a bit of a tough one. I mean, I've dabbled in it, but not on a professional level at all. So it's definitely, and I was terrified. I think probably more so because it was in front of a live audience as well. But I think if you're offline or even behind a headset or something like we are now, you feel a lot more comfortable. But
I think it's always like that. Like when you're doing it in your own room, you feel more comfortable. The second you enter an area where it's like it is a LAN, there's a lot of people around. It's like the pressure is just suddenly on you, and it's like it shouldn't be because you're used to doing it, but not in front of people.
What about you, Adam? Have you ever dabbled in casting?
Nobody wants to hear my voice for an extended period of time. And I mean, no, the only game I could probably do it in, the only one that I really bother with, and the kind of the game that got me into esports is Call of Duty. And I mean, that's a very, very much like a cronyism circle. So you have to be like best mates with everyone or an ex-player to even get a sniff in. So no, it's never been anything I've considered. I don't even want to hear myself talk for that long, so I'm not going to subject other people to it.
Well, I'm sure that the Twitch chat feels differently. They love hearing you. Well,
Oh.
because I've never watched a PUBG stream. I mean, I've watched some done by professional Twitch sort of streamers, but not actually by professional organizations. Is there much sort of scope for casting in terms of games like PUBG?
I'd say so. I don't think there are any real mainstays that like you could never get rid of. I'll put it that way. I'd say like since it's a battle royale and it's obviously huge maps and such, it's hard for observers and to really understand how the game is moving and such. It's so slow for the first 10 minutes. It's a real challenge to make a PUBG esports event and broadcast
Yeah.
actually enjoyable for the entire time. It's one of the main reasons PUBG's not didn't quite take off as much as it could have, and it's one of the reasons I think Fortnite's not as enjoyable as many people say it is, because you just can't watch everything that's going on. There's literally too many players involved.
Yeah, it's too many players going on and too much bending over and picking stuff up off the floor.
Too right, yeah. I don't want to watch 10 minutes of scavenging, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's difficult. There are quite a lot of games like that, that start slow and build themselves up. If you look at, say, StarCraft, for instance, nothing happens unless you've got some sort of crazy rush at the beginning. But, it's very much the first 4 minutes are just the commentators just chatting about what they had for dinner last night. And you think, how is this in the pro scene? But, it is what it is, and people lap it up. But, yeah, so, I mean, that was your first cast, Terry. Would you do it again? Considering changing careers and dropping everything to go and become a caster, or how's it for you?
I don't think I'm quite at that point yet. I think it's going to take a little while. No, like I said, I did really enjoy it. I think with some more backwards and forwards between another cast, I think it would be a little bit smoother. So hopefully it'll be the case next time. Like I said, I'm looking forward to helping out again in the next one. So.
Yeah, it's always nicer when you've got somebody there to kind of bounce off of. It's difficult doing things on your own. Solo casting, just awful in my opinion. You really need somebody there just to kind of bounce ideas off of and have a conversation with. It makes for a much more interactive and entertaining stream, I think. But yeah, well done anyway. It was a really good game, wasn't it? I mean, the players in there are just bonkers level. They're so good.
Yeah, I know that there's a couple of them in the chat, but it was kind of dominant in one sense.
Oh, are
but
they
there
in
were
the chat? Are
definitely
they? I
some.
shouldn't have said that then. They were rubbish.
But there were some definitely some even fights. The crews on both teams were really good. I think there was a questionable grab on Icon Ward, but that happens in all levels of games where someone might just make a little mistake or fat finger something.
Yeah, it's amazing how many games can literally just turn like that based on one tiny mistake. But yeah, no, I've noticed there's a few other people in the stream. There's Tom from AGSB who casted the Rocket League finals. I'm sure he's not going to respond in real time, but I'd love to hear, how he felt that casting was, because I'm pretty sure that was his first time as well. So if you could just fill that in at some point, that'd be really handy. So in terms of us going forwards with these streams, I would really love it if we could do some games with each other, particularly in the games that you guys like, and other game advisors as well. I know a lot of the British Esports team are keen to get involved with you guys. Particularly, everybody's getting very excited about Layla's Animal Crossing. I know you do streams as well. Were you streaming today as well?
Yeah, I raided you, so
Yeah,
I streamed today.
How many hours do you do on average?
On average, I try to go for 4 hours. I generally go between 1 and 5 p.m. That's generally my go-to. And the games, as of late that I've been playing, it's been 4 games. It's been Splatoon 2, naturally.
Yep.
Animal Crossing, because it just came out and everyone's playing it. And to be fair, it's relaxing. Pokemon, because you have to have a shiny hunter somewhere. And then ARMS, which has been a surprise in and of itself, because I wasn't expecting Nintendo to actually push that game again. So that's been a lot of fun. And to be fair, I streamed it last Friday just on the off chance to see if anybody would turn up. Not only did they did, we had a lot of high level players coming into the stream going, "Hey, Arms is back," and just having a nice little celebration. So it was really nice to see.
That's really good. It's really good. Do you have lots of like different streams per week, or do you just kind of tend to focus on your daily 1 to 4, 1 to 5 sessions?
I generally just focus on the daily ones for now. Like
Yep.
it because of it used to be like very varied because work and retail, and it's never a fixed schedule. But with everything that's happening, it's like, well, okay, I need to still make sure I have days that I can actually look after myself on. So I just committed to, okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Here are my 4-hour streams, and it just gives me downtime to do other stuff behind the scenes because I feel like you lose track of that otherwise. Like
Yeah.
you can do 8 hours every day, but you're not going to be able to do tweaks or improvements to overlays or emotes and stuff like that. And
Yeah, you can't commit that much
yeah,
hours to it. No, it doesn't make sense
exactly.
for a healthy life. So I think I don't know if everybody knows, but Layla was obviously involved with our Women in Esports campaign, and that's still ongoing. You can check that out. There was an interview done with you and Alice and Morgan. So I'm sure, hopefully, Dom can put that in the chat for us, the link for that interview, and you guys can go check it out. I haven't done an interview with you guys yet, but I'm sure that we'll be doing plenty more content over the next few weeks, and of course, this VOD is all going to be saved as well. But yeah, thank you very much for coming on. I think it's really important to have like pillars of the community like yourselves, who are heavily involved in the scene, come in and just show support for not only us, as the British Esports Association, but the games that you're involved in. So a big thanks for that as well. Do you think that we should do more community-based stuff like this, or where do you think that the British Esports should take this streaming sort of platform? Just your opinion. Let's go, Terry first. I can see you're all waiting. Like, don't pick me. Don't pick me.
Community games are awesome. Everyone loves to get involved and compete against each other, compete against the people who are members or advisors as well, and probably show us a thing or two as well. Yeah, if you do want any of that, definitely put it in chat, and we'll organise something like that, I'm sure.
Adam, what about you? You up for setting up a giant 100-man PUBG tournament for us all, or how does, or something slightly less grand?
With transparency in mind, I'm a console guy. I'm not a PC guy, right? So if I ever download PUBG on my gaming laptop, that's all I've got, and then try and play with people, it's going to be literally pointless. I'm just going to be kind of like a handicap on whichever team I'm on. So I mean, if you want to do it that way, sure, put me on with Dom or something, because I'm sure he's absolutely amazing, as he's with everything. But apart from that, no, I wouldn't recommend people play with me. I can't even say I'd coach or something, but like I'm up for a laugh. So, I mean, like if that's what people wanted to do, then I'm all about it.
Yeah, I'm absolutely garbage at first-person shooter games. I just don't. I can't do it. I don't have the reaction times anymore. Don't have the patience, and basically every time I spawn, I just die. So I kind of give up on the old shooters. I like something a little more relaxing. Perhaps I'll give Animal Crossing a go. You never know.
It just sounds like you're getting old or something, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? It feels like that too sometimes. It really does. But yeah, I mean, you guys are all very welcome to stick around. I'm going to start hosting a little quiz in a minute for everybody in the chat. I'm not actually sure, since I've never done one before, how many people we can get involved. But I'd love to have you guys involved and stick around if you want and join in with the quiz. But thank you ever so much for coming on. I really appreciate having a chat with you guys and learning a little bit about you. And I'm sure we'll be in touch soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. All right, so thank you very much to our game advisors. I appreciate their coming on and just giving us their time. Right, it is fun time. I don't actually know if it's going to be any fun because I've never written a quiz before, but I wrote you a quiz. Ta-da! I was kind of expecting a round of applause in my ears there, but it just never materialized. Not really sure if I can improve it, but hey ho. It is on Kahoot. If you've ever used Kahoot before, it's pretty easy. You just go to kahoot.it and then you can sign in using your phone or your tablet or whatever device you've got, or your PC, and then you can join us like that. So I'm going to try and get that set up in a moment, and then I shouldn't be back. Well, I should be back within the next minute or so, but I'll just put it on, be right back. Cheers. Okay, thank you very much for bearing with me while I did that. So, this is the quiz. I don't know how many people can join, but give it your best shot. Just try and join up. There's the code. Enter that in your phone or your tablet or your laptop or whatever device you're using. And yeah, we'll see how many we can get. Up to 8 already. Very nice. I hope 8's not the max. 9, good. 10, good. Keep them coming, yeah, good. Alright, the fact that we can go over 10 is good because I was worried that there might be like a 10-person limit on this. And like I said, it's the first time I've done it, so I haven't had a chance to test it out or anything. This quiz is gaming focused. I wouldn't say it was esports focused per se. There are some esports questions in there, and there are some gaming questions. There are some fun, non-related questions. Have we stopped at 12, or is 12 the limit? Maybe I should try and join from my phone. Is anybody not able to get in? I'll give it another few minutes just to see if we can get a few more people in, but I'm pretty sure I might have just capped it there at 12. I don't see Dom in that list. Yeah, they do it in schools, but I think I'm not sure if you have to have like a premium account or anything. I haven't set this up to be, you know, if it's something that we really like doing, then I'll look into getting it as a premium. But if not, then, you know, it doesn't matter. I'd much rather spend the Friday afternoon sessions playing, you know, sort of more fun games rather than doing quizzes. But yeah, we'll go for a quiz today, just see how it works. But yeah, I need Dom in here. Come along, Dom. At Sacco Potatoes. Best name ever. Welcome Dave. Daishi29, Nvidia, Kiki, Sig, Tier, Servitude, that's Terry, I think. Thanks very much, mate, for playing. Lukibo, Plumdog, Alt Tab Nap. Morgan, Spyron, and Squark. So, of course, there's a few of our employees in there. Morgan, hello. I'm not sure which Dave that is. I mean, it could be any old Dave. Come on, Dom. Join the game. I'll give it another 2 minutes and then we'll start. He's having an internet problem. Of course he is, right at the time of the quiz. Alright, we got 14. Let's see if we can get one more, make it a nice round 15, and then we'll start. Can I hear you? I can see you, Dom, on the chat. We need you to join the game, Dom. You can do it on your phone. You don't need internet. You just use your wireless, your 3G or whatever it is. put the link in the chat for you. Yeah, and don't forget, please, everybody, sign up to the newsletter, much like the bot just said. Well, hey. Dom spends hours writing every week for us. Dom, right, we're in. Okay, I've been waiting long enough now, so I think we'll get started. All right, best of luck. It gets probably easier or harder, I don't know. It might have even randomized the questions. Good luck, everyone. What is the definition of esports? I think I need to move my picture, don't I? I'll just hide me. There you go. Can everybody still hear me? Yeah, cool. I am in the way. Sorry, everybody. Derp. All right, 3 seconds left. Pick. Wow. Even though I was in the way. Very impressive. Good job, everyone. Too easy, obviously, but NVIDIA is fastest. To be fair, that is unfair because I was in the way. All right, moving on. Question 2. What is esports short for? Ear sports, e-sports, electronic sports, or electric sports? Yeah, it is a speedrun time, so the faster you enter in your answer, the more points you get from it. Ooh. I love whoever put e-sports. I don't want to give it away, but they're my favorite. Oh, Tom's moving up. 1 point in the lead. Close. All right, there's true or false. In the UK, esports is classified as a sport. Ooh, yeah, pretty even split there across the board, but it is false. It is considered a game in the UK, much like bridge or chess or, yeah. So, yeah, unlucky there on that one. Lukey Bow. Nice work. Hot streak there for Plum Dog. Next question. What is the best-selling game of all time? I realise that I probably should have, lowered the timer on this so that you can't cheat. But of course, you lose points if you waste time by, Googling it. So, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Tetris, Minecraft, or Grand Theft Auto 5? It is Minecraft. It was Tetris for a while, and Grand Theft Auto is also in the top 4. I'm glad no one put PUBG. Maybe Adam's fuming right now. Who knows? But yeah, it was Tetris a while ago for a really long time, for like 20 years or so. Dom getting it wrong. Someone should make that into a song. Oh my god, I can't stop myself. Lukey Bo's still in the lead, and Plum Dog has moved up the ranks to 2nd place. 3 players lost their answer streak of 3 in that one. Okay, here we go. Next question. It's a quiz question. What is the most played esports title? Dota 2, Fortnite, Call of Duty, or League of Legends? Nice. Pretty solid answers there. Most people knew that one. Yeah, they're all high contenders, to be fair. But yeah, League of Legends is dominating at the moment. Luke still in all that top 5 hasn't changed. Well done, guys. The 2019 Fortnite World Cup had a bigger prize pool than the 2019 US Tennis Open in US dollars. True or false? Woohoo! It is false. The US Tennis Open had over 50 million as its prize pool, and the Fortnite World Cup was only 30 something. So yeah, even though it was a world record breaker for esports, it still doesn't compete with traditional sports like tennis. Bumdog taking the lead. And Daishi coming in second place. Next question is a quiz question. What is the esports industry predicted to be worth by the end of 2020 according to Newzoo? 910 million? 950 million? 850 million? Or 1.1 billion? A little bit of variety there, but the majority of you guys got that right. Yeah, 1.1 billion. By the end of this year, anyway. Alt-Tab Nap is the highest climber. Excellent. Bumdog's still in the lead. It's taken quite a big jump there, actually. 2,000 points ahead, nearly. Well, yeah, just over. All right. What is the most popular gaming platform? Xbox, PC, mobile device, or PlayStation? This is a hard one. Yeah, I think everybody got that right. I like that nobody picked Xbox. Not a single one of you. Not a single one. But yeah, it should have been PC to be honest, but hey ho. People like their phones. That commanding lead though. Anyone would think he's done this before. The British Esports Association content director Dominic Sacco used to be a professional chef. True or false? I think this music should be the theme show for the cooking show. I was so tempted to make that true. You have no idea. You have no idea. Dom's not even the leaderboard and the questions are about him. Plumber in the lead with 10,940. It's a quiz question. What is the name of this rumoured character in Minecraft? Hero Block, Hero Brian, Hero Ben, or Hero Brian? Well done. Nobody picked Hero Ben. Oh. God, this hot streak though. What was the first .io game ever created? I say ever, I just meant created. Agario, Scribblio, Slitherio, or Holio? I always think Holio shouldn't have put the E on the end. You know? Didn't make sense to me. Yeah, that's right. Agario was first, and then the rest all came after, and so many other versions of it as well. The .io game is really popular because, you know, you don't have to download anything or install anything. You just literally type it in and start playing the game. It's good fun. Only takes 10 minutes. True or false? DeepMind's AI Alpha Star is now better than 99% of all human players in StarCraft 2. Obviously, DeepMind is the AI project that's been going on for a number of years, has beaten grandmasters in chess and Go, and has now taken on StarCraft 2. Although it must be mentioned that it can only play Protoss, and it did only beat what was his name? Mana, Liquid Mana, who was not actually like anyone who's, you know, you wouldn't put him in the top 50 of the world, to be honest. But hey ho, yeah, Europeans are losing to DeepMind AI. Next question. Oh, Tier with 10,000 points. Another person in the 5-digit mark. It's a quiz question. Which of these companies was founded first? EA, Ubisoft, Blizzard, or Capcom? I don't know why there's a picture of a bunch of other companies there as well, but Maybe just to throw you off. It was Capcom, yeah, obviously Capcom. It's been around for ages. It's all about timing in this game, though. The faster you respond, the better. Next question. The streaming platform Justin TV became Twitch TV. When did this happen? May 2014, October 2014, February 2014, or December 2013? See, we all know it was around that time. But can anyone remember exactly? Yeah, it was the beginning of 2014. Well done, those 4 of you who put that. Majority of you got it wrong there, picking the 13. That was a little bogey in there for you guys to trip you up. Plumber, can you stop it? True or false? The British Esports Association Championships Grand Final is played on stage at the Insomnia Gaming Festival. I think I might have to add in general. Because obviously Insomnia Gaming Festival is cancelled, RIP. It is true, yeah, of course. Well done, everyone who pressed it slowly. Yeah, I know, it's a misleading question, but I didn't have much choice. Tori Iwatani based the shape of Pac-Man on what? A melon, a pizza, a lemon, or a pie? It was a pizza. Yeah, surprising. Only half you got that right. Well done, everybody. I think Plum Dog's lost his win streak, perhaps. Which esports team does this logo belong to? Cloud9, Fnatic, Team Liquid, or Team Solo Mid? It is, of course, Team Liquid. Yeah, Fanatics is the big orange F and, you know, written in like weird font. And Team Solo Mid is TSM, again in weird circular font. Yeah, I don't know why Team Liquid have a horse. They, you know, they don't look anything like a horse, but whatever. Morgan is making a comeback with 3 in a row. Come on, Morgan. Several people over 10,000 now, but only one over 20,000. Next question, true or false? In Rocket League, you can drive the DeLorean time machine. From, of course, everybody's favourite film, Back to the Future. True or false? You can. It was released as part of DLC, I think, last year, maybe the year before. But yeah, you can get that and a bunch of other cool stuff, including the Ghostbusters DLC, which includes the Ghostbusters machine, the car, whatever it is that they drive, and of course the Jurassic Park one with the Jeep from Jurassic Park. Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Whiskey. It's the Ecto. Question 19. Which year was Super Mario Kart released for the SNES? 1993, 1991, 1992, I don't know why I read them out in that order. 1991, 2, 3, or 4? Hey, yeah, a tough one. Not everybody knows that, but good job. Five correct answers in a row for Daishi29. Excellent. All right, British Esports Association runs tournaments in what 3 games? You should know this since I've already said it. And those of you who work for British Esports will definitely get this right. Yeah, well done. Easy. And the final question is not really a question, but it's more of a vote. So yeah, if you like the quiz style things, we can do them again. If not, then vote no. Just be good for me for feedback. Thanks. The answer is, of course, false. Well done, whoever got that right. But yeah, thank you. I'll try and do another one then. 3rd place, Tier. Nice. 2nd place, Lukibo. Nice. And where is he? There he is. Plum Dog. Who? Oh no, wait. It's Kahoot. Yeah, they've done that weirdly. Nice. Thank you very much, guys, for playing. Right, let me just bring you back to the normal stream. I'm going to keep this music on. Right, I'm more or less finished with all the content that I wanted to get through today. Appreciate you all for sticking around. I just want to mention a couple more things before we finish. And that is, of course, thank you very much for following and subscribing to the channel. If you haven't yet, please do so. Also, sign up to the newsletter and also on our socials as well. You can find them all on the sidebar. I'm sure Dom will post them for me in a moment. They're also in the links down below. One more thing I want to say as well is Monday's session is going to be me and Tom, and it's going to be advice and guidance. Wednesday's session is going to be Dom's interview with Sheridan's, so make sure you want to tune in there if you can. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate all the comments and everyone getting interactive in the chat, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you so much. Bye.